Journey to Genesis Part 1. A comparative analysis of creation myths in world cultures and science. Throughout history, nearly every culture has sought to explain how the universe and life began. Creation myths serve as foundational narratives, offering answers to profound questions about the origin of the world, the emergence of gods or forces, and the place of humans in the cosmos. These stories were often conveyed through oral traditions and sacred texts, forming a core part of each society's worldview and identity. From the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia and Egypt to the far-flung tribes of the Americas and Oceania, creation tales provide insight into how different peoples understood the beginning of all things. Despite the immense diversity of creation stories, many of them share striking similarities. Common motifs such as primordial oceans, cosmic eggs, divine artisans, or the separation of earth and sky appear in myths from cultures that had no contact with one another. This suggests that certain themes resonate universally, perhaps reflecting shared human curiosity and experience. At the same time, the differences between these myths are equally illuminating. Each creation story is shaped by its culture's environment, values, and historical context. By comparing these narratives, we can better appreciate both the universality of human imagination and the rich variety of cultural expression. In the modern era, science has developed its own creation story, the cosmological theories explaining the origin of the universe and life. Unlike traditional myths, scientific cosmogonies are based on empirical observation and mathematical theory. Yet, they too address the deep desire to understand where everything comes from. Today, many people look to the Big Bang Theory and evolutionary biology for answers, while others hold to religious creation accounts or find ways to reconcile the two. This comparative analysis will journey through ancient and modern accounts of Genesis, from sacred myths to scientific models, to explore how humanity has grappled with the mystery of beginnings. We will begin by identifying shared motifs found across world creation myths. Then, we delve into specific cultural creation narratives, examining examples from various traditions such as the biblical account in Genesis, Mesopotamian myth, and others. After that, we compare these mythic origins with scientific explanations like the Big Bang and other cosmogonies. We will also consider if any cultures exist without a creation myth and what that signifies. Finally, we reflect on the significance of these stories and what they reveal about human thought. Part I. Shared motifs in creation myths. One of the most fascinating aspects of studying creation myths is discovering how cultures separated by vast distances have developed strikingly similar themes. These recurring motifs suggest that certain fundamental ideas about creation resonate across humanity. Below are some key motifs that appear in many of the world's creation stories, illustrating both common human concerns and creative variations. Primordial chaos and cosmic ocean. Many myths begin with a formless void or an expanse of water. Before creation, there is often nothing but chaotic waters or darkness. Primordial chaos. Tiamat. Void earth and darkness was over the surface of the deep, with the Spirit of God moving over the waters. The idea of an initial chaos that must be ordered is nearly universal. Creation from nothing. Ex nihilo. A number of cultures envision creation as emerging out of nothingness, often through the will, word, or thought of a supreme being. The Jewish and Christian Genesis story is a prime example, where God simply commands things into existence. Let there be light. Similarly, in some African traditions, like the Yoruba, the creator deity brings the world into being by utterance or thought. Ex nihilo creation underscores the power of the creator and the idea that the cosmos is a deliberate act. Cosmic egg or seed. Another widespread motif is the universe originating from an egg or small seed. In certain Hindu texts and ancient Chinese lore, a cosmic egg containing the potential of the world hatches or breaks open to form the cosmos. The egg represents a concentrated kernel of creation that expands into the complexity of the universe. This symbolizes birth and potentiality, the idea that a unified, seed-like origin can give rise to all diversity. Earth and sky, parents of world, or who must be separated to form the cosmos. For instance, Maori myth speaks of Rangi and Papa, Sky Father and Earth Mother, locked in embrace until their children push them apart to let light into the world. In some versions of Egyptian creation, the sky, Nut, and earth, Jeb, are similarly separated by the air god Shu, primal union, then separation, world's genesis, earth diver. In numerous indigenous myths of Asia, North America, and elsewhere, creation involves a deity or animal, such as a bird or amphibian, diving into the primordial waters to fetch mud or sand, which then expands into the solid earth. For example, certain Native American stories, like those of the Iroquois and Huron, tell of a muskrat or turtle who brings up earth from beneath the ocean to create land. The earth diver motif emphasizes cooperation and the idea of life emerging from a vast primordial sea through small beginnings. Dismemberment of a primordial being. Some cultures imagine creation as resulting from the sacrifice or dismemberment of a giant being or deity whose body parts become the elements of the universe. In Norse mythology, the gods slay the giant Ymir and fashion the world from his body. His blood becomes the seas, his skull the sky, etc. Marduk slew Tiamat, creating heaven and earth. This motif conveys creation as an act of divine violence or sacrifice, often to bring order from chaos. Gods craft the world. Gods shaped humans from clay. Deity's skillful creation. Ordered world. Creation by word or thought. Closely related to ex nihilo ideas, many myths emphasize the power of a deity's speech or mind in creation. The concept of a divine word bringing reality into being is seen in Genesis, God speaking. In Egyptian Memphite theology, the god Ptah creates through speaking the names of things, and even in some Hindu philosophy, where Brahma's contemplation manifests the world. This motif underscores the power of Logos, the creative potency of divine speech, thought, and order. These shared motifs are remarkable because they emerge in cultures that often developed independently. Whether through water, eggs, divine command, or cosmic parents, humanity's tales of Genesis reveal recurring patterns. This suggests that creating a narrative about beginnings is a fundamental cognitive and spiritual act, a way for people everywhere to impose order on the unknown and find meaning in existence. At the same time, each culture's unique environment and values tweak these motifs in distinct ways, giving us a rich tapestry of creation lore to explore. Part 2. Cultural Case Studies, Creation Narratives Around the World, the Genesis Account, Judaism and Christianity. The Judeo-Christian creation story is found in the opening chapters of the book of Genesis. Describes how a single, all-powerful God creates the world in an orderly progression over 6 days. On the first day, God calls light into existence. On subsequent days, he separates sky from waters, gathers seas and land, brings forth vegetation, populates the sky with the sun, cosmos birth life, then humans. On the seventh day, God rests, sanctifying it as a day of rest. This narrative emphasizes that creation is inherently good. At each stage, God sees that his work is good. Uniquely, the Genesis story is largely peaceful and orderly. There is no cosmic battle or violence involved in forming the world, which sets it apart from many other ancient Near Eastern myths. Humanity is given a special role, created in the image of God, and entrusted with stewardship over creation. The Genesis account has had a profound influence on Western thought, introducing concepts of creatio ex nihilo, creation out of nothing by divine command, and a linear sense of time with a distinct beginning of the world, Mesopotamian mythology, Enuma Elish. In contrast to Genesis, Mesopotamia's best-known creation myth, the Babylonian Enuma Elish, is a dramatic tale of divine conflict. It begins, "When on high no name was given to heaven, nor below was the netherworld called by name, a time of primeval waters mingling. From these waters emerge primordial gods like Apsu, fresh water, and Tiamat, salt water. New gods bring chaos. Apsu plots destruction. Before he can, he is killed by one of the wisest gods, Ea. Enraged, Tiamat gathers an army of monsters to avenge Apsu. Madu, storm god, battles Tiamat. Arrow splits her. From Tiamat's corpse, Marduk creates the cosmos. He forms the sky and earth from her halves. He then establishes order in the heavens, decrees the motions of stars and planets, and with the blood of Tiamat's consort Kingu, he fashions the first humans. Humans in this myth are created to serve the gods, relieving the deities of menial tasks. The Enuma Elish reflects a worldview where creation arises out of struggle and violence, and it celebrates Marduk's ascendancy as king of the gods. Notably, elements of this Mesopotamian myth such as the primordial ocean and the division of a chaotic body to form heaven and earth have parallels in Genesis and other cultures' stories, highlighting both direct cultural influence and common thematic threads.